This is the second training session of the week where I'm working with Mac and collar conditioning to the here command. I wanted to start this video off just by putting the collar on him. I've heard you're supposed to have a 3-finger gap in between the collar and their neck, but during this training session he reacted in a way that I've never seen him react with this e-collar, and it makes me question if I've had the collar on correctly the entire time I've been working with him.
Okay.
And so I'm curious if anybody has some advice on that, if they can see how I put that collar on. Do I have it tight enough or far enough up the neck? I'm not sure, but started off just throwing a couple marks before I got into the here command. On this one, I started off with a 2 low, and then I threw the bumper a couple times while I was doing this just to try and keep the dog energetic and engaged. I don't know if that's really a great idea to mix those, but I was going to give it a try. This next one, I bumped it up to a 2 medium, which is what I've usually done in the past while I've been working on this here command. I'm using a Garmin 500 Pro, I believe. But then I bumped it up to a 2 high on this next one, and he really reacted in a way that I've not seen him react. I guess his ears kind of are tucked back here a little bit, so maybe he was feeling it on the 2 medium. I'm not sure. But yeah, so there on the 2 high, just a huge change in his behavior from the 2 medium to the 2 high. I was really not expecting that. Just about 2 days before this, I had it up to a 3 low and saw like almost no reaction to him or from him when I was doing this. And so it really makes me question, do I have this collar on right? Am I getting a consistent connection there? And so I really didn't want to end on that. And so I did another one. I bumped it back down to a 2 medium, was that attempt right there. And yeah, it's almost like he doesn't feel it. So I'm really confused, just that big difference between that 2 medium and the 2 high. And all of this is under continuous stimulation, but I went back up to the 2 high for that one. And then it was at that point, you can really notice like now his demeanor has changed a bunch. He's not listening to the sit command. He's kind of jumping all over me. You can see his ears are pinned back, and at this point I'm kind of feeling bad. I'm like questioning whether I'm being fair in this. I don't know. I haven't seen him react this way. And while this is kind of the first week that I'm getting back into the collar conditioning to here, I've done this before. It's been a few months back, and I don't know. It's a different reaction, and I'm kind of seeing a different response from him. And yeah, here I'm trying to do the same thing where I'll tell him to sit and call him to me, but he just doesn't want to leave my side. And so they do kind of mention that in the SmartWorks program, so I'm not sure if I'm on the right track there. I guess that's kind of the whole point of having these ropes laid out, and so that's what I decided. I said, okay, I'll try just hooking them up to this and get one more in. I'm not sure. Really looking for critique here on, should I stop here? Should I keep going? I don't know.
Good boy. Good job.
But there, definitely a much faster response. I mean, he bolted to me. So, I mean, I don't know if that's the end game, but then I decided to just kind of be done with that and really try and get into something more fun here. But anyways, that wraps up the collar conditioning to here portion of that training session, and really kind of the main focus of this video where I have the most questions and most concern that I'm not doing things right. I'll kind of jump to another day, another training session just over lunch. I was working with him on heel and sit. So I was just trying to remember which way to put that slip lead on, and been kind of rewarding him for letting me put it on. I've had some struggles and some fights with getting that on him in the past. So I'm kind of going to try and follow the Bill Hillman's. I don't know, that he's at least where I saw it first, as far as just the kind of one step heel and sit. The one thing I do kind of have a struggle with on this when I'm just working in the backyard is he really wants to pivot away from me and look at me while we're doing this instead of kind of walking nice and square. And I wasn't paying a lot of attention. I was kind of letting it slide there the first couple times and throughout this, but really all I've been doing is just kind of trying to use my body there just to pull him in a little closer. And then the other thing is just my timing with that leash correction, just kind of popping that. I'm not super confident that that timing is accurate. I kind of sometimes say sit and pop that at the same time. I don't know if I need a little more delay in there. This goes on for a little bit more, but I'll just kind of cut that stuff out. Pretty much just more of the same, practicing the here, the sit, the heel, and throwing a bumper around. Now, if you're still with the video this far along, huge thanks. I know it's probably not the most exciting, but really, I mean, I'm posting this stuff to look for advice, and hopefully there's a few of you that are willing to take the time to watch these and help me out. And so for those of you that are doing that, big thank you, really do appreciate it. The first half of that video, that's kind of where I have all my questions. This just goes back to really the start of the video where I was doing more marks before I did the here collar conditioning to that. I wanted to throw these in at the end just because of this clip right here where he likes to drop the bumper. He'll get distracted, you know, he'll run out, grab it, and then get distracted on the way back. And I'm not entirely sure. I guess this is a problem that gets solved with force fetch eventually, but with the tools that I have now, I'm not sure what my best reaction to that should be. But anyways, this goes on for a little bit more, but this is where I will just end the video. If you have any comments or advice, please definitely feel free to leave them down in the comments, or maybe reach out to me with an email or something. I don't know. I'm definitely looking for some feedback here as I'm ramping up his training going into the spring. So thanks a bunch.